Last October, Jack Richardson from Stoke achieved his dream after 10 years and won his pro card at the British Bodybuilding Championships. You might remember that at the time he came on the show and he told us that he celebrated that win with an extra large bowl of porridge. Jack, welcome back to the show. I can't believe that it's been nearly a year since you got your pro card.
It's gone by so fast, hasn't it? The year has just escaped us.
Do you feel like reflecting on it now, do you feel like you sat in that moment for long enough? You know, you built up for a long time to getting that pro card. You know, you made some really big changes to your training and doing it yourself, really, to get yourself there. Do you think you gave it enough of a moment?
It's a hard one to answer because I wanted to live in the moment. I was aware that, this was a big thing for myself, a big accomplishment. It took a decade to get there. But I was also aware that the pro card is a symbol of potential. Mm-hmm. And that potential needed to be fulfilled. And it's that weird balance of giving yourself a pat on the back, but not so much where you become complacent. Because I recognize that ambition is important for success, and success can bring complacency, and complacency can kill ambition. And at the time, I was so amped up on, I need to carry on using this fuel so I can move on to the next thing and do the next thing. Then I came to realize I'm not trying to rush this, because I know if I was to go on stage now, it wouldn't yet meet the standard. Mm-hmm. I need to give the standard the respect it deserves. And I thought that it was to really try to rush the process. But in fact, it's zooming out a little bit and not playing checkers, so to speak, but playing chess. It's trying to reiterate that the whole theme of bodybuilding is it's a long game. And there's no rush. It's important to just sit back and enjoy, even if it's just the process and not the actual achievement. Enjoy what you're doing. And that way you'll just have a lot more fulfillment out of the accomplishments, the process to get there as well.
Okay. I feel like that was a good set. It's hard to tell because there's a few differences within the session. Obviously different machine, different grip, different pre-exhaustion, different exercise order. Very tricky one to gauge, and it'd be easier to gauge if I was to standardize things and move forward. So that's the issue when you do change things. And if you change things a lot of the time, it's gonna be hard to gauge your performance. But when you standardize it and everything's pretty much the same, and you go up in reps or weight, and your form's the same, you know you're making progress. It gives you time to be efficient at the skill, so you know that strength gauge is going to most likely correlate to muscle gain, rather than you get used to a move. Say if I was to do that for a good few sessions, standardize it, initially I'll probably have a jump up in performance as I'm becoming efficient in adapting to the changes that I've made. It's something to think about. There's a bit of a trial and error process that I'm going in. Whilst I'm on the TRT, I think that's the best time to do it. I want it nailed by the time we blast off. That concludes the chest part of the upper. Let's go on the pull now. It's that time now. It's time to remove the pump cover. Yeah, buddy. pump covers removed because I was sweating a fucking brick. I don't know what that means. I was sweating. I'm still sweating now. Anyway. Easy as fuck. Good shot. We've got the Prime Extreme row now. I don't know why Scottish Prime makes me Scottish. That's what it is. I find that's the connection. Every time Prime comes and commits crime, I turn into a Scottish man. Ogres. I like onions. Shut up, man. Watch too much fucking TV. Let's have a nice, easy set. 07 top set, didn't record it. Yeah. What's wrong with me? It was a good set. Trust me, guys. Fuck me. Okay, we're gonna try again with the back off set. And if I don't record this, I will kick that off the ball sack. I've just got told to look pretty. It's nice. I need to do that. Okay, for the last lat exercise, we're going to be doing muscle rounds. So it'll be one side to the other side to the other side with a single arm pull-over. Fucking love this one. A bit of a different upper session today, but not too shabby. It's all right. So yesterday marked a whole year since I got this. The IFBB Pro card. Took about 11 years to get that, and I used gone by so fast since I've got it. And it feels still so novel to me. It's still sinking in a lot of ways. And in the ways that I'm still within that moment. But in other ways, I've ran away from being a fresh pro. Ever since I've got that, I've been thinking, I need to win a pro show now. And a lot of people who are going for the pro card expect it to change their lives completely when they get it. Like a bunch of crazy shit happens and their life changes completely. And you obtain this crazy success within bodybuilding. Maybe get shitloads of sponsors, following, and shitloads of clout and all these things. And these things can happen. But for the best part, nothing changes. But it gives you an opportunity. I knew this on the way. I was under no illusion that I would get this card and my life would change forever. I wasn't looking for that from the pro card necessarily. I was very aware that the pro card is just merely a key to the gates of the pro league. All that time I've done in bodybuilding up to that point of getting the card was to prove that I've earned the right to be within the league. The pro card is an opportunity. It's what you do with the pro card. And a lot of people, they get the pro card and that's like the death of their career. They stop competing. Or because there's such a big gap, especially in open bodybuilding, from when you turn pro to winning pro shows, a lot of people never win a show again. I'm not gonna lie, there's a big fear for me. And I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure that doesn't happen. I'm going to win another show in my life. That was not the pinnacle for me. And it haunts me to think that that could be a possibility, and I allow that to be a thought on my mind, because I'm not just going to sit here and go, I'm going to be fucking great. I delude myself, go, I'm going to be Mr. Olympia. I tell myself there's a very big possibility that I don't make it as a pro. Like, I don't place well at shows. I do that because it gives me the fear and the accountability. Because I want to be winning pro shows. I want to be on the Olympia stage. I want to be world class. I want to be one of the best bodybuilders in the UK, in the world. I want to be one of the best bodybuilders that's ever come from the UK. But I don't say these things lightly. I say these things acknowledging the work that I would have to put in. And if I do not, it's very possible that I become just a shitty pro that makes up the numbers in a pro show. And that holds me accountable because I cannot bear the thought of investing so much to not get everything out of it. And to get everything that I can out of it and fulfill my potential, I've got to give everything I can. I got to go all the way in. I cannot half-arse this shit. I need to do everything in my fucking power to ensure that the goals I have in mind of winning a pro show come into fruition. The pro card is an opportunity. I've promised myself, and I promise you all, that I will do the best with that opportunity. And I have been doing. I get told all the time, I'm young, I've got plenty of time. I feel like the clock is running out and I feel fucking behind. And that keeps me accountable. Everything is limited in life. And I realise the opportunities to improve and make the most out of my potential is limited. So I get up every day with a fucking fire up my arse. Every training session I cannot waste because there's a wasted opportunity to be the best that I possibly can be. To be the peak version of myself, the best possible version out of any, if we were to use like the multiverse, out of all the multiverses of Jack competing, I've got to be the best one. And what does that look like? That looks like someone who's done the diligence. That was one of the reasons why I didn't compete this year. I want to make sure next time I'm on stage, it looks very likely that I'm fulfilling that potential. And there needs to be a showcase of dramatic improvements. And I believe there will be, because I'm doing everything in my power to make it so. But the pro card doesn't change your life. Saying that, since I've got my pro card, my life's changed dramatically. I moved from the place I've lived in my whole life to a place I've never been. I don't really know anyone. And there was a big adjustment period. When I moved here, I sold most of my shit because I wanted this fresh start. And there was a massive emphasis to change my habits. Anything that was causing friction in the direction that I was going, I wanted to get rid of. I didn't care how harsh that felt, how hard that was to adjust to. I did that within a month, at the end of last year, after just over a month of getting the card. Because when I got the card, it symbolized to me that you could believe in achieving something with no proof that you'll be able to achieve it. And if you just throw yourself at it and do not give up, you do that for long enough and you fail and you get up and you fail and you get up and you just keep going. You just fucking keep going, that it can happen. And then from there, I wanted to keep that inspiration. I want to keep that energy. So I just changed my own life, and I'm still trying to, because I promised myself from a young age I could be great. I wanted to be great. When I was asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? I just wanted to be something great, you know? And getting the card was an indication that I could potentially get there. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, that the path can be quite lonely at times, you know? It's a path that only a few walk. Understandably so. It's hard. It's very obscure. It's very niche. There's a lot of sacrifice. Because I don't blame people for not wanting to walk the path that I'm trying to go on. But I accept that because few people walk it, there's going to be few people that will truly understand and empathize. And it's going to be a lonelier path. There's a lot of uncertainty in the path that I'm walking down. And I'm okay with that because there's a lot of adventure with uncertainty. If you live a certain, stable, very predictable life, there's not a lot of adventure. If you live in your comfort, that's what you're going to get. If people want to do that, that's okay. They can be quite peaceful. And sometimes I wish I was that way inclined. But there's something in my fucking mind that wants me to embark on the path less walked. Wants me to take the hard fucking route. And if I deny that, I feel that, I don't feel good. Again, I don't want to undercut my potential. And I don't know what that is exactly, where that is. I know it's just an uncomfortable path to get there. And I know I've got to go to put myself to work to do it. It's been a year since I got my pro card. And I feel like I need to do more. I feel like I'm behind. When I listen to anyone that's successful, they felt the same way. And regardless of who's come in my life and who's gone, that's been a constant. Much like with obtaining the pro card, I'm just going to keep throwing myself at the goal until it happens. And there's no other choice. And it doesn't matter how hard that it is to get there. It doesn't, because I can't physically stop. I used to think there was an option, but I could not bear the thought of the alternative of stopping. I cannot bear it. I can't, because I want this goal like I need it. I feel like in a lot of ways my journey's just fucking started. It feels like I've climbed Mount Everest to then realise I just made it to the bottom of the hill. And do you know what? I like it. Because no matter how hard it is, we all know it's too easy. Anywho, I'm gonna go. Have a good one. Love you lots. If you've made it this far in the video, comment potential. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.